In this lesson, we're going to be reviewing an Infusionsoft tagging standard we've developed here at Larry Jacob. We use it in a lot of our clients, actually in all of our clients, for tracking things that are important to the business and for coordinating actions throughout campaigns, and I'll illustrate that in a moment. Um, if you look here at the tagging categories in this account, you'll notice that we have a number of these that start with the number 0. Number 0 will enable us to sort these tags at the top when we're searching through contacts, so it's convenient that way. It also makes it easier for us to isolate only the ones that start with 01 versus some of these that start with higher numbers. This will be information for another lesson. I want to start off with our high-level tags. So high-level tags, and that's not where I meant to go. I meant to go to tags. High-level tags are ones that mean something to the business. Here's an example from our own account, the one that we use to market the Larry Jacob businesses to other people. So in here we have categories that mean things to our team members. They either start with a verb or start with a noun. For example, this is a personal list. So this is my personal list of contacts. I do a lot of interaction to people at my church. I also have people that I don't really sell to, but I stay in contact for either fundraising purposes or involvement and personal things that I have going on. This is my Miami tech list. So these are technical people, decision makers, system administrators, executives in the Miami area. This is in Broward County. This is the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce list members. So you'll see that a number of these are categories that I will send emails out, but they mean stuff to myself, to people on my team when we're sending out messages. You'll see a number of these that start with verbs. So this person filled out our free 2-month Infusionsoft offer. This one filled out our Larry Jacob customer survey, the one that we ran last May. This one filled out the Infusionsoft total cost of ownership web form, and this one filled out our Larry Jacob contact form. So the high level tags never get messy. They should always mean something to someone in the business. Now, the other category I want to review is campaign triggers. Campaign triggers are different. Campaign triggers are used inside of a campaign to trigger an action. I have a computer science background. I have a master's degree from Purdue University. So for me, if I'm doing something programmatic, and honestly, the campaign builder is a visual interface for a programming language, I want to make sure that things are done very consistently, very programmatic. So what we've done here in this campaign, and this is the campaign that we use to give or remove membership access for Memberium or iMember 360 sites. So I want to illustrate how we use these trigger tags. Now, I want to point out that for trigger tags, they all start with the word trigger, except, of course, this one here, and this was a test one, so this is not a good one. It's just an exception. But you'll notice they all start with the word trigger because they trigger an action. Let me give you an example. I'm going to start off here with a web form that an administrator uses. It's an internal form to give someone access to course 1 in our Memberium site. So this is a course that we sell, but sometimes we want to give it to someone for free. It might be an employee on our team, it might be a partner company, or someone that we just want to check out the content without having to pay for it. Well, when people fill that out, just like when they purchase online, we set a trigger tag. Now the trigger tag is set right here by this radio button. So if I click on this radio button, what happens is they're given access to the trigger give course 1 access. And we try to make this name as descriptive as we can. If I click on this radio button, I trigger the remove course 1 access. So these are designed to give access, which includes tagging them for Infusionsoft iMember 360 access, so they have access to the membership level, giving them a password, then later sending them a welcome message. If I hit the remove, what it's doing is it's taking away the membership tag. I'm just trying to give you the context here so that this will make a little bit more sense. So if someone fills out that form to give access or someone makes a purchase, we set this trigger tag. Now, what does that do? That comes up and it forces this sequence here to start running. So it's a way to run this like a subroutine if you're a programmer or someone with a computer science background like me. But what that does is it connects this form and this sequence to this thing. So this is a goal, and this goal runs as soon as someone sets the tag. Now, one of the things that you can do that's a mistake is to allow a member to keep that tag forever. Because Infusionsoft will only allow a tag goal to run when a tag goes from off to on, if you keep this tag on, you can never run this or this purchase again and have this sequence run. The same is true for all of these. So here's how we take care of that. Whenever we enter one of these sequences that's triggered by a tag, we immediately go in and turn it off. So what we're saying is I want to make sure that every one of my subroutines or sequences cleans up after itself. So it knows that in order for it to run consistently time after time, whenever the trigger is set, it needs to be turned off immediately so that the next time through it will run. Here's another example of us using a trigger tag. When someone is giving course access, like I showed you before, we turn it off. In this case, we turn off the course tag that gives them access to the Memberium or the iMember 360 membership site. But then what we do is we trigger the final step in the process. So we trigger getting the Memberium confirmation and welcome message out. So if you look here, and here's how we give access to course number 2. This one also ends with the same process. We want to trigger the Memberium confirmation and welcome message. So what this is doing is it's connecting these two sequences with this final sequence that comes up, sends a confirmation to the user who just purchased or was giving access to the membership level, confirms their email, and then it comes up, sends them their password or sets their password and sends them their welcome message and their credentials. So this starts off with this same trigger concept that I just illustrated. It triggers the Memberium confirmation and welcome message, and to clean up after itself, it immediately removes it once it is set. Again, we want to remove it immediately so that the next time one of these routines, or maybe a routine anywhere else in Infusionsoft, wants to send this confirmation or welcome message, it'll run, because we always leave the tag in the off state for future purposes. So anyway, this is one of the Larry Jacobs tagging standards, one that we hope you'll consider adopting, and use it to make your Infusionsoft configurations as solid as possible. Thank you very much.